Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? This is me, Agabella, your host and producer. We are back with a fresh content. How was your weekend? How is your weekend going? I hope you guys are having a pretty good Saturday, and we're back to make your Saturday even brighter with the fresh content as I've told you. So stay with us until the end of the show. Can you guys imagine what Kaldis felt when he first discovered coffee? Because for us, as an Ethiopians, coffee is one of the most important things that we take within our day. It helps us to stay healthy and also have a healthy and good communication with those people around us. Coffee is something that we use when we want to discuss about some certain topics and at the same time find a solution for our problems. So coffee is our form of therapy in our culture. So today I was lucky enough to spend time with such an energetic, brilliant, outstanding woman on our coffee time. She is the owner of Temokro, and this place that I have been to is not only a place that you can go and have coffee, but try different brand coffees and explore the different taste of coffee. So this place is not only a place that you go to have an amazing coffee, but it gives you the freedom to choose from different brands that are displayed there. So let's pass straight to our staying, and we'll be back. Stay with us. Thank you so much, Tsenat, for giving me your time. There's a lot of things that I want to discuss, but before, I would love to say you have an amazing place. The energy, the vibe is amazing. So congratulations on owning such a business.
Thank you.
So before we go to Temokro, why we're here and stuff like that, let's get to know you. Who's Tsenat?
Thank you for having me. My name is Tsenat Zarihun. I was born and raised here in Addis Ababa. I went to St. Mary College. So from St. Mary, I graduated on Secretary of Science and Office Management. And as I graduated, I jumped in straight to work. So I worked as a secretary for like 3 years.
Okay.
And then when I graduated, everybody was like taking COC tests, exam to continue degree program. But me, I'm like, no, with work, I'll be promoted and I'll be a manager. I became a general manager for a very big spa at the age of 23 and a half something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and when I was interviewed, I didn't even know it was even for management.
Okay.
So I went there by recommendation, and she asked me, well, I have these problems, how are you going to solve it? Then I told her, okay, this we do this we do that, because I had a spa experience. And then my boss was like, I think you can be a great manager.
Wow, so that's how you got into managing that
yes.
space. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, since then I've managed different restaurants, cafes, yeah, and I became an operation manager for a very big luxury cafe, where of course I drove in that, whatever I saw there, I dragged it into this beautiful concept.
I don't think so. Trust me, this space is yours. I mean, I can...
Thank you so much.
I can feel your presence in this business, which is something that I actually really admire. After you graduated, you became secretary, and then you went to the managing areas, and then now you're here. I see the gap. I feel like it's too wide.
Yeah, true.
So how did Tsenat got into, or like how did the idea of getting into the coffee business or coffee, the idea itself, first originated in your mind?
Okay, so first I was like into management. So, but people were pressuring me to be a salesperson because they think I'm good in communication.
Okay.
Yeah. And then why don't you do this marketing work? So there was a time I became a marketing manager for a software company. So I've noticed that I have the skills of selling and marketing and creating strategies, how to market things. So there's this thing in me. I guess it's natural because I've never been to schools to be a marketer. So in me, I have the experience of hospitality / marketing, and then I wanted to start a business with this person I met. Two major things when you start a business. One, you should do something that you know, that you're familiar with, that you have experience with, something that you're good at. And one, supposed to bring a solution for the community. So I'm like, I'm good at hospitality and marketing. Also, I've seen some gaps in the place that I was working. So there was a luxury of you choosing from Yurga Cafe, Harar, Sidama, but you're not a copper. How on earth you would know if it's served from Yirga Chafe or served from Harar? You wouldn't know. Only coppers, which is a 3 month training, who can know that kind of test without even seeing the bag or anything.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, so I've seen that, but people were appreciating the fact that we give them a chance to choose.
I see.
So I merged that. So back then, like it's 7 or plus years ago, there were no many brands as there is today. But I'm like, even if a few brands are there, people will get the chance to
At least choose between two things.
exactly,
At least,
yeah. But something that you know. If I know marketing and hospitality, and if I don't have to confuse people and forcing them to know the taste of different regions, I'm like, why don't I, give them a chance to choose from the brands that they can get inside the supermarket. That's how I end up with this concept.
The question that popped in my mind when you were telling me the story is that most of the time we're scared to start a business, because including myself, we see a lot of gaps wherever we go, a lot of gaps in the market. You'll be like, oh my goodness, if someone was able to do that, that would have been an amazing idea, business idea. So how did you got to that decision point and took an action and started your path?
So mainly because as an employee of many years, I haven't seen people who are appreciating of what I'm doing. Like I work like a donkey, but people give me a little bit of credit. They don't appreciate me. Once everything is fixed, they want to fire me because my pay was expensive. So I'm like, why don't I do it for myself? I just needed a little bit of, startup.
Why can't I hire myself?
Exactly. That's how I wanted to talk to people, try to find partners. By the way, I failed at least 2 times. Or maybe 3, trying to work with people. This was my first shot. Okay. And then there was another time I collaborated with 3 people and we formed a marketing company and events and promotion. It didn't work out. There was a time I opened a little small cafe with a breakfast. It didn't work. So I was keep on trying to open up my own thing because I didn't have a budget. I couldn't do it on my own.
But so you need to partner.
Yes. Okay. But then because I didn't have the cash, not the
ability or the yes. Okay.
But then finally, my father invested on the business. He believed in it, and he's seen me growing with it. So it wasn't that hard for him to make the decision to invest on this business.
Oh my goodness, we should hype parents supporting their their kids in business. So now we come to Temokro. Yeah. So how did you even thought about the idea Temokro? You told me that you want to give people the choice to choose what they want. As long as they're paying.
Yeah, of course, yes.
So let's talk about Temokro.
Okay. So Temokro is an Amharic word which means experience. And I wanted the word to be Temokro because this business model and the idea is mainly designed to help the local markets. Because as an Ethiopian who was born and raised here and not able to get a nice quality of coffee, at least we deserve to test different kinds of brands without even being biased or whatever. Because the competition is increasing and the brands are increasing. Yeah. There are more than 500 brands, of packed coffee processors.
In Ethiopia.
Yes, more than 500. So this platform will help the coffee processors to be more careful, to be,
competitive.
Yes. And at the same time, I want us as an Ethiopian to get the chance to taste different tests because not every coffee tastes the same. So you can't just say this coffee is the best. The best is when you test different brands where you identify your own test.
Exactly.
At the same time, you can also blend. For me, this Temokro is mainly for the local community. And it will give a chance without buying half kg and 1 kg and without losing your money. It give you a chance to test different brands.
Coffee has its own benefits, especially in our culture in Ethiopia. We have coffee at least 3 times a day. And through that, we communicate about our problems, we socialize. It's a therapy, it's a form of therapy. So as a person in the coffee business, okay, what is your coffee? How do you describe your coffee? And I know there is this campaign that you guys are doing. What is your coffee, right?
What's coffee
to you?
Yeah.
So tell us, what's coffee to you?
For me, coffee is Mainly is more of energetic. I use it as an energetic. Like if you've seen me, like I was a little bit down when you walk in, so I need coffee. So I need it to use it as a boost. But at the same time, it connects people. Like for me, I see people are connecting to it. Let's have coffee. It's a go-to thing, easy.
Exactly. I mean, it's different when you talk to someone like this. Speaking of that, we need to have coffee.
Okay. Sure.
It's different when you talk to someone like this, and when you're having a coffee and engaging in a conversation. That itself will help you engage more.
True.
So guys, our thing hasn't ended yet. We need to have coffee while we're having this amazing conversation. So I will choose one brand, and Tsenat will also choose another one.
Yes.
I have no idea, frankly speaking.
Yes, that's the whole point.
Yes.
So when people come to Temokro, that's the one thing I want them to have in mind.
Yes.
You don't have to know anything. That's the whole point. And then
scary.
it will give you a chance to choose
and explore.
Explore.
So I think I will have a sit coffee.
Okay.
And
I'll
then-
go with the Yawal.
Okay. So guys, we'll prepare our coffee and be back. Stay tuned.
Okay, so your coffee is ready.
Okay.
So the one you choose is Sait.
Okay.
Mine is Yawal.
I think the smell says it all. It smells really nice. I love coffee so much.
Well, I can tell you're not using sugar, so that's the right way of drinking
Yes.
coffee.
She was like, "Do you want sugar?" I was like, "No." She's like,
Yeah.
"I'm taking notes."
Yes.
So shall we try it?
Yes, yes. It's quite interesting.
Yeah. It's strong.
Oh.
And I feel like I can't explain it, but it's nice. I love strong coffee. This is really nice. This is very refreshing.
I can let you to drink mine with your spoon. To say
Sure.
it actually have different.
I feel like it looks kind of the same, but I
But the
don't
flavor
know.
would definitely differ.
Oh, I just like that one. I'm sorry.
No problem.
I mean, this one has a bit different taste. I've
Yes.
never had that kind of taste in
Yes,
coffee.
Yes. For me, I like this one.
Serious. So while we're having our coffee, let's talk about what are the feedbacks that people are giving you, because this is a new idea. Different brands work with you, which means your customers have more option. So what is the feedback that you're getting from your customers so far?
Honestly speaking, as this is just the beginning of it. We did the launch 2 weeks ago, and even before the launch, we had like couple of months that we actually get the chance to
Experiment.
Yes.
Tell us about that too.
Yeah, well, I don't know, it's a culture thing. People doesn't like to choose. And our motto is enjoy the freedom of choice, and we're not gonna be choosing for you. So everyone comes and like, whatever you think is good. No, I think every brand is good, and that's why they are confident enough to be even displayed in my space. So for me, the person should supposed to open to try new things. It's just coffee. You know, everything you
won't
see
die.
is coffee. Yeah. So for me, what the experience that I got like a couple of weeks ago, in months, as I told you, no one's to like to choose. They're like, they just want to drink and go. Just give me just one coffee.
Yes.
And that's a bit challenging, and I'm ready for it.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
you should be. I think that's the beautiful thing about businesses, because it helps you to see a lot of things within you and the potential that your business has and
True,
a lot of
true.
things.
Yeah.
So how do you work with the brands?
All the brands that you're seeing, almost half of them, I don't know them even in person. Most of them, I connect them with their telephone number. I collect the business card from different events. I approach them, but they really appreciated the idea, and they're willing even to send me bags. We also sell bags, by the way. Okay. So if a person walks in and experiences different brands and they like it, they can also buy it from here. Okay. So the feedback I'm getting from the brands is really promising, because as I told you, The idea is to promote all the 500 brands because the platform is a bit smaller. I don't want to make, I don't want it to be stiffed and you be biased. So from 2 weeks to a month's time, the 28 brands will be displayed here. Every 2 weeks or a month, it depends on how the market leads us. The idea is to rotate all these 500 different brands. This is the question that I get from a lot of people.
Okay.
So they're like, okay, I like, let's say, Estate, and if I come back after 2 weeks or a month, if I don't get it here, then I won't come back to your place again. That's the whole idea. This is the place where you get different brands. Whenever you want to test different brands, is the place where you go to. So let's say if you're into Estate and because you like it, the whole idea is you're going to buy their package from their supermarket.
Again, I think it's about also finding your other best, right?
Exactly.
I mean, Estate is nice. I love Estate, but there's also another better option. Maybe not better, but like another option that I might like.
Yes.
So I think it's not about sticking to one thing, but exposing yourself to the possibilities.
Yes. Let's say you walk into the supermarket and Estate is not on the shelf. Because you get the chance to test different brands. Oh, I tested this too. I liked it. So it will give you an option to
You will save your time.
Exactly. And also, you buy something that you know. Not because the package is nice or somebody promoted it well. It's because you experienced it and tested it. So the whole idea is mainly for the local community to test different brands and they will get choice. At the same time, for the coffee processors to get... to share the market, because
to be more creative in this industry.
Yes, and then also they'll share the market because some brands are very famous and they do marketing more. So you buy them not because you tested them or you know them. You buy them because they are visible. So this is the place where they can also be visible and be tested as well.
The idea is big. I know as a team, as the owner of this business, you guys have a lot of things that you have in plan. I don't want to go in detail and ask you what is your next move because that's a secret.
Yes, it is.
But tell us, what shall we expect from Temokro, because the idea is big. It could go further from Ethiopia to Africa, and globally we can market ourselves, market our culture and our coffee. So what is your next move, shall I ask?
Well, there are a few things that I wanted to do inside. Which I would keep it as a secret because it's not really a rocket science. There are things that I wanted to add a little bit more because I want it to be a coffee center and a place where experience coffee. So there are a little bit of experiments that we'll be doing inside. But at the same time, I would like to do branch outs, but it have its own time actually.
You will feel it.
Yes, yes. Now we have to rotate 28 brands every 2 weeks or a month. But in the future, I would like to have the one bigger space that actually can do the exact same thing, but we don't have to rotate,
So that you can find
bigger space that can hold all the 500 brands. By the way, the 3D is already done. It's not a secret. I mean, that's the original plan. This is just experimenting, testing how people will receive it. But the actual plan, the original plan of Temokro is creating an access for all the brands that they could be promoted, visible, and to be
known. Yes, yes, and at the same time giving that freedom of choice for the customers.
The more people get the chance to choose an experience, even recently, people are coming to me like, I want to start coffee. You don't know how many people are approaching me to join this coffee business, packaging and distributing. So that will lead more demand on the farming aspect of it. So and the farmers will be more encouraged to produce more. Yeah. So and then that will lead us to, as a community, to get more quality coffee. The rejected one will be dumped or used to create some jewelries or stuff, not to drink purpose. But in the meantime, in Africa, we'll get the chance to distribute more coffee as well. So for me, I'm focusing basically, because it's early stage, to create more awareness and more accessibility for the local community. But eventually, it will grow to be distributed in African continent.
Exactly.
Now, I'm going to show you my barista skill.
Okay.
I'm not that good, don't laugh at me. But I'll make you one coffee with one of the brands. Let's go.
Okay, interesting. Let's go. Okay. So guys, now we are about to try this special coffee, I shall say. I'll just try to be right over here because I'm not a barista. I don't have the experience. I know I just love coffee. That's what I know. So we'll try our coffee, and that will do it for us.
Okay, so I'll be making coffee from Tukun.
Okay.
So here we have to show our coffee lovers that we actually open the bag in front of them, and the package supposed to be sealed because we have to seal it back.
Okay.
Otherwise, we're not able to make you coffee because it will lose its flavor. So this, we open it here.
You know, it's just, sometimes it's so fascinating that this simple thing, how you can market it in such different ways, it's so fascinating.
Yes, indeed.
So how many spoons does you need to make? You need to have like for 1 cup of coffee?
It's 30 grams.
Okay. You see, she's so professional. She just measured it by her eyes.
No, because it has its own line.
Okay.
So this is where it makes it to be equal.
Okay.
And then when you put the powder, please the baristas, I hope I'm not doing it wrong. So it's supposed to be at this level.
Aha.
And then you hold it. So this is the kun. Our coffee machine is digital. So if I'm making espresso, I'll press just a thick espresso, and then it will make it by itself.
Interesting.
Step itself. So if you want coffee, it will prepare its own coffee. You just press it.
So basically, this is just pressing. This is not.
Yes.
You tricked me.
So this is espresso. Tukun coffee.
Thank you so much, Tsenat, for this espresso.
Let's try.
Seriously, I don't taste the difference.
Really?
Is it because I had too much coffee?
Yes, probably that could be the case. But the taste is totally different because the way they produce it is also different.
I sense the taste is really strong. I would love to have this coffee after a hard meal, just to, you know, relax my body. But I love it. I love it. Thank you so much.
Like if you say like it's all the same, that's one of the things that people feel like coffee is the same. That's one of the reasons that people need to come to Temokro and experience and try different brands. And in the process, they will get to know what brand is different from the other. And I appreciate that your honest comment. That's because we get that a lot.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things we want to give a solution for.
Thank you so much for having us here today, Tsenat. It really means a lot. I had a very good experience trying at least 3 different brands of coffee today.
Yes.
I have had my, you know, caffeine limitations for
today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Again, thank you so much. But if there's anything else that you'd love to say, the last advice that you'd love to give for those people that want to try or have their own business, or if there's anything else you'd love to say, let me give you the chance.
So it took me more than 7 years to even make it whatever you're seeing here right now. So I really want mainly the audience, the coffee lovers, to come because that benefits them more because it will give them a chance to experiment, drink, try, test different brands of coffee. In the process, they will find their favorite brands as well. For the coffee processors, I would like them to come here and promote their brands and compete in this hectic industry of coffee. Yeah, that's the main thing that I would like to say, inviting the coffee lovers and the coffee processors. Since it's a marketing platform that connects both parties. That's the one thing I like to say. As a business owner, business is not for all. That's one thing I learned so far from my journey. But that doesn't mean like we have to give up. We have an idea or like if you wanted to open a business, the first thing that we all need to do is think, the thought. The thought comes first. And then once the thought is there, there's nothing that's not achievable. That's the one thing I would like to say. Just the thought's supposed to be strong. We don't need to copy paste people's idea. You know,
be original.
Original. And I know it's challenging, but nothing comes smooth. The poor, the rich, the middle class, everyone suffers in their own terms. So we shouldn't be scared of challenge, and we shouldn't supposed to be discouraged. So I'm saying don't give up. Anything is possible is the one thing that I would like to say.
Again, thank you so much for having us here today, Tsenat.
Thank you so much for coming and visiting as well.
Okay. I'll be a customer. That's something that I can guarantee.
I noticed you are my very first customer, I believe.
So, guys, this is what we had for you guys for our coffee time. Coffee is not just something that we drink, but it's a way that, as Tsenat said, that we can use to connect and link. It's a therapy because that's what our mothers has been using it for a very long time that we don't even know. So let's know how to market what we have, some of the things that we do as a habit that can be marketed and be beneficial for us as an individual and also for our country and our continent. Let's be able to see that. Thank you so much for watching, and now we'll be passing to our second segment. Stay tuned.